I'll be covering Volume 5. Chapter 35. This was okay. The fight was underwhelming and didn't have the flair of other battles. The way Aki wins is kinda lame. A new flashback of Ghost's weakness is shown right before he kills it. This is an ass pull. Kobeni is somehow competent again. Once again, it makes no sense. Chapter 36. This chapter was subpar. It was mostly power fighting, and the choreography was weak here, and there was no strategy. The Katana Devil, having some kind of development, was pretty good. Denji's humanity is questioned once again. Chapter 37. This chapter was good. Chainsaw and Katana fight, and Denji wins by using a lesson from his teacher, which was a good strategy. Chapter 38. This chapter was mediocre and a plain resolution to the arc. Denji and Aki bonding over kicking the Katana Devil's balls as revenge was nice. Snake Girl commits suicide, the division gets closer to the Gun Devil, Denji has his door dream, and power gets stronger. None of this was really displayed in an engaging way. It was relevant to the plot, but it felt like boring exposition. Chapter 39. This sucked. Not much happened, and I'd be pissed off if I waited a whole week for this. Denji and Makima watch multiple movies, and their equal reactions hint that she might be a devil too. That's basically it. This chapter didn't really advance the plot, themes, characters, or setting. It wasn't even at least entertaining. Chapter 40. This chapter was also a waste of time. It sets up for one of the better arcs in the story, but this chapter was extremely weak individually. The whole thing is Denji meeting and hanging out with Reze. Their interactions and conversations aren't interesting. The whole chapter could have been shortened to about 5 pages and done the same job. Chapter 41. This was okay. The Angel Devil's character is developed and his morality and standards are shown. Aki not getting along with him will become important later. Denji and Reze hanging out is boring, like the last chapter, and makes up around half of this one, bringing down the first half. Chapter 42. This chapter was subpar. The question about the country and town mouse showed some insights into the characters, but the rest of the chapter felt like a waste of time. Denji and Reze continued to take up unnecessary screen time. This is once again about half of the chapter's pages. Chapter 43. This chapter sucked. Reze fights some dude, but the fight was quick and boring. Then she goes to a festival with Denji and asks him to run away with her. All this time the two are spending is incredibly boring and takes up too many pages. The festival until the end could have been done in 2 pages, but instead we are left with a chapter of removable events happening. I'm sure someone will argue that this time is necessary to make the upcoming plot twist stronger, but I'd counter with quality over quantity. One extremely emotional and impactful scene with Reze and Denji would have been much more effective than chapters of them fooling around. Look at Iruka from Naruto chapter 1 for example. But instead, we get 4 chapters straight of this boring nonsense. I also want to take a look at Denji's psyche and his relationship with Makima. I'm sure fans would argue that Denji's attraction to Makima is due to his terrible upbringing. But at the start of this chapter, when he's thinking about who to romance, his thoughts contradict this idea. He rejects Angel because he's an asshole and a guy. He rejects Kobeni because she tried to kill him. He rejects Power because she often tries to kill him, is selfish, narcissistic, and looks down on humans. At the end, he considers Reze and Makima. Notice how every single one of his decisions are logical except for Makima. In chapter 2, he calls her a psycho. Why is that not a negative here? Why does he not even bring it up? The most predictable excuse would be that he wants attention and is easily pleased. Then how come he's not looking for attention from Kobeni or Power? The latter literally lets him grope her, but he doesn't suck up to her. Himeno was also nice to him, but he never licked her boots. Denji says, quote, "Don't treat a man like a fucking dog," in chapter 2. Makima hasn't changed since then, so looking down on humans and being selfish and narcissistic is a problem, but treating a person like a dog isn't? That's my problem with Denji. He acts like a regular dude most of the time, but suddenly drops all logic when Makima's involved. That's volume 5. The Katana arc is fine, but the start of the bomb arc is lame. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my manga for free online. If you enjoy my content, please consider donating to my Patreon. All important links will be in the description.